Hey, welcome back to the Living in Your Car podcast with me, your host, Christian Payne, and my co-host, my dog, Jane. I don't know if you saw that or not. A lot of snow on the ground here in Austin, and the state officials released a stay-at-home order. And since my home is a car, I figured that'd be easy to do. So I'm just gonna drive around and show you what I see and see who else is not staying at home. But first, I gotta go pee. Cold?
Just want to take a moment to introduce you to the idea of solar cycles. So the sun goes through periods of high intensity and low intensity. And we just entered into a period of low intensity. A couple things happen during these periods of low intensity. First being more erratic climate on Earth. During periods of high intensity, the Earth is pretty stable because the amount of UV rays that are being produced by the sun keep us nice and warm and toasty like a little egg in a blanket of UV rays. When there's less intensity, there's more erratic climate on Earth because that UV blanket gets a little bit thinner and the Earth basically goes through mood swings because it's cold, which is understandable because if I don't have my blanket, you best believe I'm going to be having some mood swings.
I don't know when, yeah, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Life keeps dragging on.
So a spooky thing about these periods of decreased solar activity is that it typically correlates with the fall of an empire. I think there was some Chinese dynasties that fell, Rome fell, and there's some other ones that I can't remember. But, you know, it begs the question, what's the empire that's going to fall this time? You know, I sure hope it's not the good old US of A, baby. I really hope not.
This is such a bad song. I hate this.
And nobody's even gonna see this, so don't feel pressured.
Alright. We're gonna go viral.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
You could. Who knows?
But I train. Wow, I can't even feel my fingers.
Perfect.
Now, the empires don't just fall because there's less solar activity. There's a lot accompanying this, such as famine, floods, things like that, because the erratic nature of the Earth when this happens just basically makes living more difficult. And that's not to say that an empire has to fall when this happens, but just to be aware that there will be more erratic things, more crazy things that may happen in the future. This is not doomspeak. In fact, as I was driving around today, I saw a lot of heartwarming things, like people just helping each other. When things were getting tough, people were getting stuck, a lot of strangers just came together and helped. So when things get tough in the future, that gives me hope that people will continue to rise to the occasion and not focus on all these issues that the media wants us to think about.